As fires still rage in Los Angeles.
12 million people tonight under those red flag warnings.
He's over the Palisades fire.
I called for him to come out, take a look for himself.
Evacuations are expanding.
Because they're trying to protect a tiny little fish.
The Delta smelt.
Being absent while their homes were burning.
Southern California wildfires putting firefighters to the test.
You couldn't carry my husband out of a fire. Got himself in the wrong place if I have to carry him out of a fire.
The death toll has risen to 24.
Because there's nothing you're going to be able to stop that fire with.
This past week, California wildfire have dominated headlines across the globe. The flames have destroyed thousands of acres, forced entire communities to flee, and left a trail of destruction in their wake. Home reduced to ash, wildlife displaced, and the smoky haze lingering over the cities. It's a stark reminder of the devastating power of nature, or was it the man-made choices letting this chaos getting out of control? Today, we're going to deep dive into this topic, ask some questions, and see how exactly the fire spread. The fire has already claimed the life of 24 people and destroyed over than 12,000 houses and buildings. Many people were evacuated from their homes, and it was one of the brutalest wildfires LA has ever known. But to understand how it got to this situation, let's first investigate where it started and how the fire spread. On January 7th at 10:30 a.m., reports began emerging about a wildfire on the northern side of Pacific Palisades, initially estimated around 10 acres. The situation quickly escalated due to the powerful Santa Ana winds, the unique shape of the surrounding mountains, allowing them to reach speeds up to 80 miles per hour and fueling the fire that spread rapidly. By 3 p.m., the blaze had grown to 1,000 acres, and by 12:30 a.m., it had surged to 3,000 acres. Later that evening, at 6:15 p.m., the Elton fire ignited in Altadena. Within 24 hours, it expanded dramatically, covering an astonishing 10,000 acres. At 10 p.m. on January 7th, the Heard fire broke up. In less than an hour, it doubled its size, reaching 1,000 acres. By 9 p.m. on January 8th, it had stabilized at 800 acres. The exponential growth of the California wildfire was fueled by a combination of extreme weather conditions and environmental factors. A powerful windstorm, well forecast by professionals, created the ideal environment for a rapid fire spread. The National Water Service issued a red flag warnings for Los Angeles and Ventura counties, highlighting particularly dangerous situations due to the strong winds coupled with critically low humidity. Additionally, drought condition and dried out vegetation from prior rainy seasons created abundant fuel for the fire, combined with reduced water resources and limited control, resulted in the perfect storm for fire escalation. The devastating wildfires in Los Angeles have recent debates about water management in California, with some pointing fingers at past decisions prioritizing environmental conservation over resource allocation. Governor Gavin Newsom's administration had faced criticism for policies that protects endangered fish called smelt, including releasing billions of gallons of stormwater for human use in the state's central and southern regions. President Trump and others have accused Newsom of valuating a tiny little fish over California's needs.
Well, it's very sad because I've been trying to get Gavin Newsom to allow water to come. You'd have tremendous water up there. They send it out to the Pacific because they're trying to protect a tiny little fish, which is in other areas, by the way, called a smelt. And for the sake of a smelt, they have no water. They had no water in the fire hydrants today in Los Angeles. It was a terrible thing.
With reports emerging of firefighters struggling to access significant water to combat these flames, while Newsom's office insists these events unrelated, the question lingers. Could the situation have played out differently if past water diversion policies had been altered? Now let's turn our attention back to Palisade Fire. By January 9th, it had spread nearly 20,000 acres, and as of now, it has grown approximately 24,000 acres. Containment efforts have reached 14%, but the fire has left significant devastation in its wake, with an estimated of 5,300 structures destroyed and 8 lives lost. Meanwhile, the Heard fire has been largely subdued. It's reported to cover 800 acres and it's now 95% contained. The Elton fire, however, has wrought even greater destruction. It has reached 14,000 acres and it's 33% contained, but tragically, it claimed the lives of 16 people. The fire has also destroyed over 7,000 structures, adding the widespread devastation across the region. On January 9th, a Sky News Australia reporter passed some tough questions to the Los Angeles Mayor Karen Bass. Her response shed light on the leadership and guiding of the city during this crisis.
Have you no response to that? Do you owe citizens an apology for being absent while their homes were burning? Do you regret cutting the fire department budget by millions of dollars, Madam Mayor? Have you nothing to say today?
Can you back up, boss? Appreciate it.
Have you absolutely nothing to say to the citizens today? Elon Musk says that you're utterly incompetent. Are you considering your position?
A clip recently surfaced on Twitter from a campaign of LAFD launched prior to the fires, and to say it didn't age well would be an understatement.
You want to see somebody that responds to your house, your emergency, whether it's a medical call or a fire call, that looks like you. It gives that person a little bit more ease, knowing that somebody might understand their situation better. Is she strong enough to do this? Or you couldn't carry my husband out of a fire, which my response is, he got himself in the wrong place if I have to carry him out of a fire.
Perhaps, if the fire department had focused less on virtue signaling and more on preparedness, the outcome might have been very different. If you made it this far, thank you so much for watching. I truly appreciate your support. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, it really helps my channel grow. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like. It makes a big difference and lets me know that you want more content like this. I'll see you guys next time.